Welcome to another video. Today we will be trying out two stealth models currently available on OpenRouter. They were posted 1 day ago, and these models are potentially the new models from Grok. Yes, XAI. So these models are currently available to test completely for free. All prompts and completions are logged by the Grok team, so they can improve their model and gather data, and we can use them through OpenRouter completely for free. Only thing I gotta do is create an OpenRouter account, and then you can just use the chat feature. However, you can also get an API key by going to your profile and keys and getting an API key. The first model is called Sonoma Sky Alpha, and the second one is Sonoma Dusk Alpha. These are potentially two very similar models if you check the latency and throughput, but some of them potentially have some kind of different characteristics. I really don't want to waste any more of your time, so we're going to try them out inside Cline. Cline is an extension that is essentially a chart interface that you can use through Visual Studio Code. You install the Cline extension, and then you open up your OpenRouter account, and you go ahead and select OpenRouter. You just have to connect your API key over at the settings. I really don't remember at which spot it is. You will be able to find it out. And then you want to select here OpenRouter and the model name. So we've got Sonoma Sky Alpha, Sonoma Dusk Alpha. And after you do that, you're pretty good to go. So here we will be typing our task. Because we've got to compare these two models, I'm just going to do maybe 2 prompts maximum per model, so we keep this video as short as possible. So the first one is building a Pokemon Pokédex website. This is, as you know, one of my favorite prompts because it checks the model's ability to create interactive websites. And the model is pretty fast. This was very unexpected. So let's go ahead and save the first file. Then we're going to be creating the second file. That's also nice, very fast. The throughput is very decent, I gotta say, and people are speculating that this is Grok 4.20, at least one of its versions. And let's see the responses. Also, one of the things I want to note is that this information is confirmed if you ask the model in a specific prompt injection way, meaning burning up the prompt and the system parameters. It says that the request comes from Grok company, meaning XAI, which is the company of Elon Musk. So this is confirmed that it is some kind of Grok. Nobody knows if it's actually 4.20, but it kind of makes sense. So let's run this command autonomously. Can Cline do it? Yep. So this is the Pokemon Pokédex website. Website looks good. We can see here maybe some things. It puts out some information as a pop-up, which I don't really like, but the website is kind of cool. Not perfect, I've seen a lot better examples and a lot better responses. Let's see if the search bar works, and it actually does. So this is the first prompt from, it's called Dusk something, and it actually did the request quite okay. Now, let's go ahead and remove all of that. Let's delete all of these files. Let's open up Cline with a new window, and we're going to do the same request, but right now we're going to use the Sky Alpha model. Okay, pretty simple, not complicated at all. Don't watch my trades on crypto. And let's write this request over here to see how these two models compare against each other. So we tried Dusk before, now we're trying Sky. And here is the API request. For some reason, this model seems like it's not responding for some reason. Maybe this is a thinking model, so maybe the company doesn't want to show the thinking, tokens, so we only see the responses. So probably, what I think happens is that this model here is the thinking model, the Sky model is the thinking model, while the Dusk is the non-thinking Grok 4.2. Elon Musk said that Grok 4.2 is going to be a very good improvement over Grok 4, and Grok 4 is really one of the best models, at least in terms of benchmarks. And I have a little bit of an expectation about how good this model will be, because as we've seen yesterday, Qwen 3 Max was an absolutely amazing model to do, and it really did very well on this kind of, prompts. And this model is multimodal, so it can actually go ahead and check the website. Cline is a very impressive chat interface, to be completely honest with you, because it can do browser use. This is pretty incredible. But, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to allow it to do whatever it wants. So yeah, okay, I'm not going to complicate it even more. Let's just open up the web page to see the final response on our own. So this is the Pokemon Pokédex. This website seems a little bit nicer. Let's open this up. That's good. I would say that this is a very good response. I really like it. I don't think it's the best one out there, but it's good enough. Again, guys, stop watching at my trades. What you do right now is not nice. So we're going to open up a new chat again, and we're going to build, I don't know, maybe let's go for a web page. We want to be teaching people transformer models. So let's create this website. We're going to be using Sonoma Sky Alpha. By the way, if you want to learn more about AI, I have created a very cheap course. It costs $20, one-time fee on Udemy. You buy it once and you get over 40 hours of material, and you get also new updates completely for free every single month with hours upon hours of new tools, new methodologies, new models. Really, this is the cheapest AI offer in the market, and I think, frankly, one of the best and most complete ones. So if you want to support the channel, you can buy the course down below in the description. So let's see how the models are able to create web pages and how good these web pages material is. What I really want to check right now is how good these models can create websites, make them interactive, fill them in with enough information, and that's my actual benchmark. That's what I think AI should be able to do in today's age. I don't try to break those models. I really just want to see if they're capable of creating the basic stuff that if they can do at scale, well, they can do at pretty much most situations. So I'm not going to allow browser use because I don't want to complicate anything. We already got our response ready, so I'm going to open up the website to see the response. So this is the final response. This is the, transformer teaching webpage. I gotta say, this is not amazing. This is pretty bad, in all honesty. This is a little disappointing. But it is what it is. I'm just showing you the model, and I'm going to reject here, cancel the task, open up a new chat, remove all the files, and try the other model. So we're going to be using, again, the Dusk model. Previously, we used the Sky whatever model. So let's go ahead and retype the prompt. Let's see if this model actually performs better. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe the Dusk model is the thinking one, maybe the most capable one, but I really don't believe it. So let's see. Grok 4 has a very big problem. It feels like it's usually benchmarking. It's capable, it's smart, but at least in terms of building websites, building code, it's not one of the best, at least in my opinion. I think Quen, in terms of effort, it has done a lot better. Of course, GPT-5 is already known to be the best model in terms of website design, creating unique things and filling up everything with loads of information. And I've seen a lot of people talking about GPT-5 Pro. They say it's so much capable that they didn't expect at launch, which is also very interesting to see. And I also see Codex, which is OpenAI's small but very capable and cheap model. And a lot of people are actually so amazed by its quality, which is interesting. So the next task was verifying the responsiveness, whatever, I don't really care. Let's run, the command to open up the web page, and boom, this is the web page. So the Dusk model seems actually more capable. It's a lot better. I wouldn't say it's amazing. I see that it tries to create some unique stuff, some stuff that are not seen in other, in other models. But again, it's not amazing. It feels that it tries to do something good, but it completely fails at the final situation. Like, this is not good. This is too risky to do, too much for these models. But I got to say that this visualization, when you click it, it looks good. It looks very nice. So yeah, these are the models. I gotta say, they're not feeling state of the art. They're feeling like a good model that should be very cheap. The throughput is kind of fast. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think for coding, they don't really look that much capable, at least for website designing and filling in information. But you can try them out. This is the point of today's video. Just showing you that these exist and that you can try them out completely for free. Be careful, what you type there will be used by the provider to improve the model, so don't put sensitive information. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.